Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at the original vintage Japanese white Astrotrain figure. So in this video, we're going to have a quick look at him in all of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. Because he's vintage, I'm going to point out things that you want to be aware of if you're after getting one for yourself. And because I'm lucky to have one still in the packaging, we can have a look at the beautiful artwork on that and just the differences between the Japanese boxes and indeed the standard Hasbro ones. So before we get started, I'm going to pop all these out of the way because we are going to have a quick look at these in all the different modes. I'd also like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Right, so I've been waiting ages and ages to find one of these, in all honesty, because I've had a boxed one. I've been really lucky enough to have a boxed one for so long, but because it's completely unused, I didn't obviously want to get it out and start transforming it. So we'll have a look at the packaging at first. So already you can see that it is much smaller, the dimensions, than the Hasbro box, pretty much in every way, to be honest. I know that's a Canadian box, but it is still the standard Hasbro size. The other thing you'll notice is he comes packaged in polystyrene, which I think is brilliant, because obviously, as you've seen by that Canadian one, once you rip the bubble off, then of course you pretty much lost the ability to keep the figure pretty safe, to be honest. There is the transformation process on the top. Now, I probably am going to upload a transformation process video, but it won't be with this guy because I'm going to be going so slow. I'm going to show you all the modes, but I'm going to be transforming him off camera just in case, because it's kind of, yeah, it's not going to do me any good. So number 48 was the reference number that he came with. This is a 1985 figure, so there's your 1985 battle scene. But again, the Japanese boxes and the Japanese artwork just made it look so much better. Right, quick little backstory. If you're wondering why he was originally white, that is because when he first came out, he was intended to be an Autobot, or a Cybertron as he was known in Japan. But of course, the heroes in Japan, the Cybertrons, massively outnumber the Decepticons. So at the very last minute, they did change him to a Decepticon, and of course then changed his colour scheme to your standard Decepticon. Black, grey and purple, which I think it was a good idea, to be fair, because obviously he was used in the movie really well as a Decepticon, etc. The other thing to have a quick look at before we look at the actual figure is not only obviously is the packaging different, but that artwork there for him is different as well. Let's just move that out of the way. I'll do some comparisons in a minute, because this figure was one of the first action figures ever to have ball and socket joints, and there they are, right in them shoulders. Granted, he's got teeny arms like a T-Rex, but they are ball and socket joints. This one unfortunately suffers from a couple of the things that what most after played with Astrotrains do. The legs can get a little bit loose, and they can collapse under his weight, to be honest, because you got to remember some of this figure is still, yeah, this back part here is die cast. These bottom belts here are, which you can see. So that's the other thing to be aware of. The chipping here, in fact, it's not at all the legs are the die cast part, so that's something to be aware of. Unfortunately, again, he's got a bit of sun fade. That is something else to be aware of, and the stickers as well. Right, articulation, as I said, ball and sockets in the arms. Let's be honest, guys, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else on this figure at all. Color difference, though, you can see a lot different, which again is great. In fact, what I might do, I might not transform him into jet mode, because that's already in shuttle mode rather. This was what I was surprised when they did the Generation Selects updated version of Astrotrain and they turned him into Galaxy Shuttle. They could have just done the Generation Selects, you know, exactly this, the original Japanese G1 colours. Perhaps that's another use they can have with the mould later on. But there you go, there he is, robot mode. And I am just going to continue, to be honest, and I'll only stop the video in a second when we go to the train mode, because that's going to be massively different, to be honest. So yeah, the package is opened. The good thing about the Japanese as well is if you want to know if yours is totally unused, then this seal here won't have been taken off. So yeah, quite a lot different, isn't it? Look at that. Ooh, right, let's balance that there without it falling out. So yeah, unfortunately, again, a bit yellow, but stickers are a lot different. Colour scheme is obviously hugely different, and I'm not sure which I prefer, to be honest. I think this one does look great. One final one to have a quick look at, though, is of course the train. So let's come back and have a look at him in his train mode. Okay then, so here he is in his train mode, and obviously this is the most striking, I suppose, color difference, which is again really blatantly obvious. There's the slight letdown. I mean, I don't know, it could be missing a sticker. It doesn't look like it on the packaging, but it's just a little bit too dull. I've always thought the train mode's the weakest anyhow, and I think with this particular color scheme it's definitely the case. At least with this, you can see some of the molding detail a little bit more. I always feel that there's something missing off the back of these. It looks even more so apparent with this particular one. So I do feel, as I say, that yes, perhaps the purple version in this does definitely win. I think one of the interesting facts I'm sure that I've read about this is this will fit on one of the model railway train lines due to the width that they've put on these. So you can actually put an Astrotrain on, maybe it's car return, because of course they love their trains, on an actual train set. But yeah, there's not much more really to show you about this apart from, again, this is the die cast part, so look out for chipping. And of course, again, you've got some loose maneuverable parts, which just comes from Playware. Right, we're going to come back for the final time. He's going to be in his robot mode, and I'm never going to transform him again, but we'll come back for the final time and have a look at him with a couple of the other Astrotrains as well. Okay guys, it appears unfortunately that my bad luck with vintage figures continues. Now this doesn't look too bad, perhaps I should have been recording it, but when I did transform it, yeah, this bit's come off, the bars come out of it, so I'm hoping it's not too much of a big fix. It does look like it's just come out of there, but this is what's happened. As I say, this is another, the reason why I'm filming this is because it's again to make you guys aware, and I suppose, you know, if you are looking for one yourself, and there's lots of things that I always sort of say, you know, to be aware of if you are getting a vintage figure. And with this, that looks like that is, wow, there you go, it was a nice and simple fix, but I gotta confess, yeah, I didn't really know what to say a minute or two ago, but I'm going to continue as normal now, because as I said, I am definitely not going to be transforming him again anytime soon. I'm glad that I've managed to get the video done for you guys though, because that's, I think, still important, because I know lots of people again leave really nice comments, the fact that, you know, they've not seen these sort of figures in the flesh before, or they've only seen pictures in books. So again, it makes me happy, the fact that I can do things like this and share things that I've been lucky enough to acquire over the years, and indeed quite recently with this one. So this is the Platinum edition. I've not got the eHobby one just yet, that is still on my radar. I do think we're going to get an updated version as well with the new movie colour ones, the retro reissues, but at the moment they are my Astrotrains. For those people who don't know how big they are compared to some of today's figures, there's a deluxe figure, there's a core class figure, there's a new age figure, there is an Earthrise, so that's Voyager class. So you've got, I suppose it's pretty much around about, that's a huge deluxe, let's be honest. Is he around about a normal size deluxe? He's a little bit smaller than a normal size deluxe, but there you go guys. Hope you enjoyed seeing this particular figure out. Again, I don't think there's many videos. I know there's reissues of the particular figure, which perhaps I should have got instead of doing this, but he looks okay, he's balancing okay, he's going on a shelf, and that is that. But there you go guys, let me know what you think of him in the comments, and take care.